I'm Elizabeth Tessa. The topic of my dissertation is Spatiotemporality of Fort Kochi, Analysis through Cinema Produced in the City. Let me begin with the words of architect Bernard Tschumi, who embraced the possibility of a marriage between two contemporary fields of art, where one could inspire the other. One day, you decide to study architecture. You learn to draw plans, section and axonometric, make models, discover structure, materials and even composition. Still, you feel that there is something missing in much of what you read and learn. You are aware that architecture uses sophisticated means of notation, elevation, axonometric and perspective views and so on. But you soon realize that they don't really tell you anything about sound, smell, touch, or the movement of bodies through space. The limits of my language are the limits of my world. Since time immemorial, architecture has sought connections with other fields of art like music, paintings, literature, and sculpture. Films and architecture have had a long-standing association, the most common being the analysis of films for architectural design education. Films have also been studied in architecture due to the similarity of concepts such as light, movement, space, sound, and its ability to immerse the audience in a virtual architectural experience. Recently, there has been an increasing interest in cinema for discovering a more subtle and responsive architecture. This picture here gives an idea on how architecture of a place is represented in other fields of art, with cinematic representation as an effective media. Why cinema over all other media? The design process in architecture and the process of narrative translation in cinema are almost of the same nature, as both engages itself with space, events, and human interactions. Have a look at the poster of Rajiv Ravi movie Kamattipadam, shot and released in 2015-16. The film centers on Kamattipadam, a slum locality in Cochin, Kerala. It focuses on how the Dalit community was forced to give up their land to real estate mafias and how modern urbanization of Kochi metro city took place over the plight of the Dalits. The picture gives you spatial cues on the year narrated in the movie. The movie depicts Kamattipadam in 1980s, which is towards your left, and 2016 towards the right. The difference brought in by urbanization can be very well understood from these postures. The dissertation intends to explore the potential of movies in recording time and space, as frames can leave traces of life and culture which last for years. The primary research question of the dissertation is to try to answer how did Fort Kochi change over the years? Can this change be documented through movies shot here? The main aim of the dissertation intends to evaluate the spatio-temporality of Fort Kochi analyzed through movies shot here. Supporting the objectives of study, firstly the keyword use spatio-temporality is learned, followed by learning how Fort Kochi has evolved over the years, which were explored by writers Rajiv P. Devasya T.K. and caricaturist Unni E., who made notable efforts in recording the changes on paper. Secondly, the connection of films and architecture is explored mainly through Palasma's writing and interpretations. Literature review concludes with a framework of analyzing architecture of a place through movies. Knowledge gap. The significance of dissertation is such that it explores the spatiotemporality of the region with the significance of change, showcasing the possibility of films in capturing the change, as they are reflections of contemporary development. There are high possibilities of cinema being the only documentation capturing different levels of change. The language we architects use to shape our ideas and thoughts ends up shaping our thoughts and subsequently the final output because of the constraint laid by the media. Furthermore, the dissertation explores how as architects we are limited to the tools we have in representing ideas, and finally the possibility of using film in documenting spaces is explored. The methodology adopted to complete destination objective are as follows. Secondary data collection comprising the literature review along with the parameters formulated for the analysis of spaces in movies with the primary data collected, which includes a pilot study and a large study, which is survey and site-specific study respectively, has helped determining the stretch of study, the focus area of study, which is followed by the comparative analysis of data collected via survey and site-specific study to ensure the authenticity of data collected. Later, the potential of cinematic documentation in capturing different facets of Fort Cochin is explored, which is accompanied by discussion and conclusion. The results: spatio-temporal change, Rose and the Princess Street. Picture analysis of available shots from around 5 movies and photographs of different time has helped analyzing the spatio-temporality of the street, and as a result, an illustration of this change of the southern segment of Princess Street, which is on the left side of the screen, and the northern segment of Rose Lane were recorded. Spatio-temporal change, PWD Rest House and the beach. The result have explored the different unscientific interventions done over the years on this century-old building. The authority holds no photographs of the structure, except a very old photograph which is displayed in the house. Therefore, the analysis of images eventually reflected contemporary developments happened over years on the built form. The beach was analyzed using cinematic photographs which helped in framing a timeline which showed the different contemporary developments that happened in the beach. In the case of Lily Street and the Christian House, image analysis of over 4 cinemas post-2000s shows that cinematic documentation is the only sustaining visual record of the Christian House before January 2020, that is before its reconstruction. The features like externally abutting stair and well-manicured garden are only recorded in cinema before its destruction. The ground study has brought into attention the shift in occupancy of this predominantly residential area to a commercial one, housing hotels, homestays, etc. Church Road and its bungalows. Apart from the beautiful renders of Alfonso Maria Bungalow in a handful of movies, the study has exposed the real condition of its interiors via image analysis, which was accompanied by analysis of the spatio-temporality of the street. Later, a survey was conducted as a pilot study supporting the site-specific study among focus group controlled through quarter sampling. A graphical representation of people's perception to change as change being drastic, static and slow is recorded, followed by an interview with selected people. An example of the interview is shown on the slide. The discussion was carried out in 3 parts: comparison of pilot study and the large study, cinematic documentation and its attributes, cinema, a reflection of contemporary developments. In the comparison of pilot study and large study, the degree of change recorded in surveys and site-specific study is compared and found to be reflecting the same degrees of change. Thereby, the study executed did justify its purpose. Cinematic documentation and its attributes. Efficiency of cinema in documenting Rose Street is shown as an example. Condition of documenting or the potential of documenting a street or a built form in the absence or the availability of a cinematic evidence be in the form of image is discussed in this chapter. In the case of Rose Street, with the available cinematic documents has helped in observing the street facade changes over the years. This helped in comparing the structure in entirely different time period, thereby documenting the spatio-temporality of the street. Except from a 1992 photograph, movie Amma Aryan is the only documentation available of the northern segment of the street. Similarly, efficiency of cinema in capturing the change of other areas are documented and explored in this chapter. Later, the effectiveness of cinematic documentation in different areas is explored. Conclusion. The study primarily asserts cinematic documentation is the best medium to capture changes over the years. Many times, they in fact act as the only resource of documentation available. Thus, the dissertation documents spatiotemporality of Fort Kochi over decades analyzed in movies shot here. The two-dimensional representations used by architects do imply a logical reduction of architectural thoughts to an extent. Choosing a form of representation style invariably prioritizes the subject and increases its relevance in the design process, be it sketching or 3D rendering used. In this prison of expressing architectural thought, architects rely on options that enhance the process, especially the physical elements, the form, its aesthetics, and functionality of design, over how one can actually experience the space. In short, the conventional form of representations are limited to the description of the nature of the design spaces, but not the experience of the quality of space. We describe form, not the content. We are in a need of a systematic, innovative language to depict human experiences and emotions in architectural representation. Another medium that engages with similar parameters of time, space, movement, and events is cinema, as I mentioned before. Whereas cinemas are very convincingly shot, as the narrative are effectively translated using spatial cues of architecture, thereby evoking emotions in the viewer. Understanding this possibility by dissecting the language used for narrative process in cinema, architects can formulate similar process of narrative translation in architecture. Thank you.